April 6th, 2025, and this is 2+ minutes in the law and politics. Have you ever actually read the words of the First Amendment of the United States? It's pretty short, so I'm going to read that right now. Amendment 1, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion, or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or of the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. There's a lot packed in there. And it's a pretty long run-on sentence, so I suspect if you turned in something like that to one of your English teachers, you might get a C. But nonetheless, that's what we were given by the framers of the Constitution. So let's talk about a couple of those words right now. First of all, it refers to Congress. So it did cause me to pause a little bit and wonder about the executive branch. But again, remember, the executive branch doesn't really make laws. For example, all those executive orders that President Trump has issued, they're not laws. It's Congress that makes laws. President Trump's executive orders are just policy directives to his administration. So I think that's probably why the framers used the term Congress as opposed to Congress and the executive branch. And then it says, Congress shall make no law. And so if you think about that word, it's not pretty definitive, it is definitive. It says no law. And that means that no law as it applies to citizens, non-citizens, people who are here legally or illegally or anything. It says no law. The next thing that's important to look at is this term, abridging the freedom of speech. So it begs the question, well, what's speech? And the framers didn't define these words, and that's why lawyers like me spent a lot of time in court trying to figure out what the terms actually mean. But the United States Supreme Court has said that speech is not unlimited. For example, you can't yell fire in a crowded theater because that is something that would be dangerous and cause people to possibly get trampled as they run out of the theater. So speech does have some limitations. And then lastly, it says the right of the people peaceably to assemble. And even that has limitations because some cities are going to require a permit. You certainly can't block the entry or exit of a business, and you certainly can't protest in the middle of an intersection where cars are trying to turn. So there are even limitations to that. So we'll talk more about the First Amendment tomorrow.